Frank Seravalli. And Frank, let's just start off right away with what your thoughts are on this deal with William Nylander.
Well, I think Craig Button hit it right on the head that this is a win-win for both sides. You look at how far that these two sides had to come in order to get to this point, almost essentially meeting in the middle from where we heard the initial asks at. The Maple Leafs wanted to be actually just south of $6 million if they could, by any means, depending on the term of the deal. And of course, you heard the Nylander camp initial ask being around $8 million. To end at 6.9 really seems to make a lot of sense for both sides. And, you know, people say all the time, are you surprised that it's gotten to this point? Are you surprised that we almost got to 5 p.m.? Well, no, I'm not, because you consider the 49 days that took place since the season started. If you're in the William Nylander camp, you wait as many hours till the deadline as possible in order to wring out as many dollars as you can in this deal, because that's been pretty clear that that's been his motivation from the start, to put himself in a position where he can be in the Matthews and Marner neighborhood when those guys sign their deal next summer. So a win-win for both sides, and of course, Mike Babcock going to be thrilled to get such a powerful weapon in their lineup.
So Frank Nylander, he has missed 26 games with the Leafs, at least, if not going to miss more. Have the 2 months been worth it for him? It sounds like they have been.
Well, it certainly has, and that's the first thing that people want to try and figure out is, well, how much money did William Nylander lose in this situation? And just from the initial reporting that we've seen so far, it seems like William Nylander is going to be made whole here, because his contract comes with a $2 million signing bonus for this season. His prorated salary will be around $8 million. So he's going to end up with all of the money that he would have made in this situation. And the Leafs were able to handle that situation because you look at the way this salary cap works and the collective bargaining agreement, his salary cap hit for this season will be $10.2 million. The Leafs can afford that because they had plenty of cap space, almost $13 million for this year. It was the years following this one when, of course, those big ticket contracts kick in that would be an issue. So looking for the Leafs, it goes back down to $6.9 million in salary cap hit for years 2 through 6 in the deal, and Nylander is made whole. Was it worth it for him? Of course, considering where, as I said earlier, the Leafs started out in this picture just south of $6 million in wanting to give to him. He's earning that a bit back in this contract moving forward, of course.
Okay, yeah, of course, and looking to jump right back in with the Leafs. Now, the Leafs, they're third overall. Where does this put them now? They're already so strong up front. Adding Nylander back into the structure, where does it put them overall in the league as to how much power they really have?
Well, the debate for me last year was with the Winnipeg Jets. I thought that team had the best top 9 in hockey. I think that title certainly belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs at this point. You look at this team from top to bottom, the steps forward that they've gotten from Janssen and Kapanen. Now you can plug Nylander in there. And to me, having William Nylander, everyone was fretting about the December 1st deadline and how many games that he's missed. It wasn't about getting William Nylander signed for October and November. It was about having a powerful weapon that they can plug into their lineup for April, May, and June for this team as they go on their Stanley Cup run with the window wide open at this point. The fact that you can add one more weapon to this team that already has so many in a playoff series, you're looking for a guy to step up on a given night. Nylander can now be that guy, an elite playmaker that they can plug back in on the line with Austin Matthews or wherever Mike Babcock wants to put him. There's so many options at this point, and if you can go 4 lines deep, which so clearly the Toronto Maple Leafs can at this point, that it's going to be a really tough out in the Stanley Cup playoffs.